Hey guys, what's going on? In my last video, I reacted to Big Ed's professional photography. He's from a show called 90 Day Fiance. And, let me tell you guys something. He has a bunch of sections on his website, and that was only one of them. So I thought, hey, let's check out all the rest of them. It's like going to buy a house and only seeing the bathroom. You're not getting the full picture. We need more. Or maybe it's just an excuse for me to react to more of his photography. But either way, it's going to be fun. I want to see the other sides of his work. So let's get to it. I got his website pulled up here. It's funny because some people didn't even know he was a professional photographer. Like the first video I posted, people were like, he does photography? I don't. We're learning things on this channel. It's very educational. So why stop there? Why stop learning? Let's keep going. Let's move forward. Let's go to this new section of the website and see what he's got. So let's go. All right, so we've got his website pulled up. I had to turn off the music because I'm not trying to get copyright strike. I need to pay my bills. So let's get to, okay, here we're back here. It feels like home. I'm back again. How you guys doing, everybody? Everybody's feeling good? How are your families? Okay, so we are gonna be going to the sand section. I don't know what to expect. If I were to guess, we're gonna be seeing a lot of bikinis, beaches, sunlight, things that I don't see here where I live because it's like 40 degrees, you guys. It's depressing. I'm not really much of an outdoorsy person, but I can appreciate a good splash of water. Let's see this. Wow, okay. Should I blur some of this? I don't, okay, no, but seriously, okay. This is an intense picture. The light is actually kind of interesting. Okay, if we're looking at just strictly the light, it's actually really nice. Like this hard light. I like the style. But it's a little much for little old me. Jessica on the prairie. Do I zoom in? I don't feel like I should. Let's go to the next picture. This one was a little bit too intense. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. I actually preferred the black and white from the first one. I think that I'm gonna click it again. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so just to show you guys. So one thing I would say is maybe desaturate some of the yellow toning in this photo. Just have it a straight up black and white picture. I think that would have complemented it a little bit more. As far as the pose goes, like little things like her foot sticking out in the back here. I don't know. I mean, not a huge fan of the pose, to be honest. It's really not my style as a photographer. It's an interesting picture. For some people, I don't even know, you guys. I don't know what to say about this. It's so different from my photography. Like, I don't know. I usually never shoot with girls in bikinis, so this is not really my line of expertise here. But, let's go check out the other ones. Okay, this one. Okay, so I get the creativity and I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that it's a different type of angle. It's like she's upside down sort of thing. But things to look out for, limbs popping out of, body parts and stuff like that. Like her knee right here is like coming out and then her arm is cut off right here. So you want to watch stuff like that. For something like this, maybe a higher angle would have complemented the picture a little bit more. It looks like she's a little stiff in the neck, like she's probably holding up her neck from trying to hang off these rocks, so it's understandable. A pose such as this, you want to watch out for things like the emphasis of certain lines on her face, such as the under eye area, which you can see here is very prominent. Also, the lines and the wrinkles on her forehead. Again, it's just not flattering. Most women don't want those features to be prominent in a photo, so you just want to watch out for things like that. So there's that picture that was in the thumbnail. Right off the bat, not a flattering pose. Definitely not my favorite at all. And then we have those hair ties. That's like painful for me to see as a photographer, because how many of us have done shoots And then when we open up the pictures in Photoshop later on, we see that the model's wearing a hair tie in like every picture, and you got to spend your time. You're going to crop it. You're either going to crop it out, or maybe you're going to retouch it out if you have, you know, the time and the willpower, but we don't want to. It's not fun. Her arms are looking a little bit stiff. Oh my God, what? Okay, I'm in the middle of something here. The slideshow is so rude. It's like, just change it. Okay, so the arms are looking pretty stiff. What I would have done is just had her relax her shoulders and then maybe bend an elbow, have her arm out even a little bit more, just to switch up the pose a little bit. Zooming in here, it's not completely sharp, but it's also not blurry. I mean, it looks like there's a blurry filter, like a Gaussian blur, maybe dust and textures. We need an investigation. Somebody call the police. We need to know what's going on. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, okay. I don't want, ooh, this is not family friendly at all. Okay, for this picture, it's almost as though he kind of was jittery while taking it, because it looks like there's a bit of a motion blur, like it's not 100% in focus. So you can see here that it's very overexposed in one area, so there's like a central focus point of light, and then it kind of falls off completely on the leg area. So it's like only the bottom half of her legs are tan, and then, you know, it's like two different skin tones basically. So again, what I would do is introducing a reflector, bouncing the light, or making sure you have a bigger modifier maybe. But the thing is that I don't shoot with external flashes outside. I'm a natural light shooter, so I'm not completely sure like what kind of advice to give on with this type of thing, but just natural light. Turn off the strobes, right? Okay, this one right here, the posing, it's not great. It's not flattering. I said it before in another video, like the lingerie section in a Macy's catalog, like all the way in the back, you know, just so that the kids don't see it. It's that kind of vibe that I'm getting from it. You can still have that type of style, but make it flattering to the model. I'm trying to wrap this up before my mom comes in. She's like, what are you looking at, Jessica? I'm over here staring at women in bikinis and stuff. Jessica, sweetie, I brought you some crackers. So for this picture, you want to make sure that the light modifier is closer to... Oh, hi, Mom. Do you want me to stay here while you tell me some stuff? I'm going to close the door for a second. It's professional photography, yeah. So photography, huh? Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that photography that you're doing, Jessica. No, it's professional photography. It's not what it looks like. Tell me more. Tell me more. It's not what you think it is. Let me explain. So there's this guy on 90 Day Fiance. It's a show. No, continue. And they go to another country and they meet people. And so funny story, he does photography. So I'm just looking at it to educate people about photography. You know what I mean? It's all education, girl. We're teaching America here. I didn't hear you the first time. Speak up, sweetie. But you know, now that we're talking and you're here in front of me, seeing this, I think I'm gonna close this and actually apply to medical school and become a doctor. Yeah. So I'm gonna close this and let me go wash some dishes. Let me go do that. Yeah. My impression of this photography is it is looking a little amateur, like, and here's the thing, there needs to be a little bit more care and attention to the posing, to the lighting, and to the angles. Sometimes, again, we're on a photo shoot, we get carried away, we're just having too much fun, and we don't pay attention to that, but it's our job as the photographers to communicate, to direct. So a lot of these just look like snapshots on the beach, and then the lighting wasn't that great for a lot of them, but you know, we can all improve, right? I have a hard time seeing these pictures being used in these models' portfolios, to be honest with you, to get jobs and things like that. But it would look good as a Facebook profile picture, right? It's a good conversation starter at the family barbecue, right? Like, hey, I saw those bikini pictures. It's definitely a sexy type of photography that I'm seeing. Again, it's not my style. Here's the thing, you can do that type of photography and still make it look good and make it tasteful. Some of these they're missing the mark. Okay, just for this one, we're gonna We're gonna be cropping this side of the picture just for a couple minutes. It's quite impressive. I mean, she's able to kind of just stay on this rock. The waves would have probably carried me away and I would have ended up just like Tom Hanks in Castaway, like with a volleyball, my own island. I don't know where I'm gonna end up, but I know I'm not gonna stay on that rock. The pose aside, even things like her arm placement, like her fingers, the way that they're pointed towards the camera, it's like a weird angle. They like her hand kind of just blends in together and blends into her fingers. And you know, the light actually is better on this one than the other ones. It's less harsh. All these pictures are really like in your face. So let's go to another section. Studio. Wow, he has a lot of work. Wow, okay. Okay, this is wholesome. This is interesting. Is it like a headshot? How is his hair? Is he like upside down? Tell me it doesn't look like one of the Backstreet Boys. The background kind of blends into his hair, but there's such a strong light source to the side of his face. So what I would have done is maybe added a second light or just moved the light a little bit. But he's looking like a Backstreet Boy, maybe a magician on the weekends, and then he's doing the singing and the concerts on the weekdays. He's a successful man. I don't mind the colors in this one. I actually really like that kind of overexposed part of her hair. It's like very glowy and very nice. The poses definitely need to be refined, but something like this, if he could crop this, he could crop it in like this, and there we go. You got a nice portrait there. The lighting here is kind of cool. It's very glowy and kind of fantasy-like, but the pose and then maybe her outfit, is she not wearing pants? Is she just wearing tights? Wait, is this a dress? Is it a dress or is it a shirt? I don't want to zoom in because this area is looking a little sus. I don't know, man. I'm so confused. Now that I'm like actually looking at it a little bit more, I just noticed that. Like, is it a dress or a top because she's wearing tights, but I don't see any pants. I need to eat something. I need to drink some water. This one is very obviously overexposed. I don't even know why he put this one up because you can tell, like, hey sis, you gotta take it down a couple of steps, you know? She's like a different color at this point. You can kind of see her original skin tone here, barely, but then it looks like she's in the Twilight Zone because it was overexposed way too much. So small f-stop, small. This one's really good actually. Had he made it black and white, it would have been great. Again, this like yellow toned sepia filter, I don't really like it, and I don't think it flatters the picture. So literally just toss up like a black and white over this and you're good to go. I think it looks great. I've definitely done poses like this with female models, and like I don't have a problem with this type of pose, but I don't feel like this type of styling and her look fits it. So if I were to redo this picture, she'd probably be wearing all white and maybe some white sneakers. Like literally it would be a whole different photo shoot. But just to create a little bit more contrast within the colors, like the navy blue and the pink I love together. But again, you're adding like these black thigh-high boots, and then she has like her fancy hairstyle. It just doesn't match with like this type of like I don't give a crap vibe kind of pose. This picture, I actually love the yellow with this outfit. Thanks for this picture. You see how her hair is kind of like this to the front? I would have had her take this piece, toss it to the back. It shows a little bit more of the shape of her neck. And I would have not had the light so close to her body. You can see it's kind of overexposed here, so a little bit softer light. We're almost at the edge of being overexposed. And another thing that I have to point out is, again, when you are shooting someone wearing a dress, you want to be careful that the angle is not showing this area over here. Again, you can have maybe a hand covering it, you can get a higher angle, but you don't want this area to show. Even just pulling the dress down a little bit more would have prevented this. For this one, 1,000,000% overexposed. So again, smaller f-stop, bring back that light source so that the exposure is a little bit more even throughout the photo. things I want to point out, she's pressing down on her arm a lot and it's really stiff, which is causing this kind of shape. So if she would have just relaxed her arm a little bit more, maybe bent her elbow, maybe even put her arm, like, she doesn't have to be holding on to something. It could be like mid movement. It could be kind of cool. Her other arm is nowhere to be found. I like to try to have both arms showing. Sometimes we get shots that the arms are hidden, but this one just looks kind of weird. Like, where is her other arm? I don't see it anywhere. Like, I don't even see it in the back here. I'm not trying to zoom into a lot of these pictures. So maybe have the other arm present. She could have had it in her pocket, in her jeans. She's wearing a bra and she's wearing these jeans. They're unbuttoned. The styling it's not my type of styling, period. Like, I wouldn't put a model in this type of look, but every photographer has a different type of style. We're all very different in the things we choose to have our models wear. As long as the model consents to it and is comfortable with it, who am I to say, like, oh, you shouldn't be putting her in that? You know what I mean? So it's like, again, would it be something that I'm gonna style my models in? Definitely not. But it's a choice. It's a different for every photographer. This reminds me of an early 2000s Disney Channel star album cover. It's an interesting picture. I probably would have had this strap pulled up a little bit more. Maybe she wanted it like that. I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there, you guys. I think we've seen a lot. So let's just end it here before my mom walks in and sees what I'm up to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.